DC Universe Online is a free-to-play MMO game set in the universe of DC Comics. Developed by Dimensional Link Games and co-published by Daybreak Game Company and WB Games, the game was released on January 11th, 2011 to compete with other popular hero MMORPG, City of Heroes, which had its server shut down late last year. Today, DC Universe Online still stands strong with a large fan base and tons of monthly updates. So, now that I've finally had a chance to jump into the game, let's see how it holds up. Let's start off with the gameplay, which is always the most important aspect of a game. Each character has their own moveset and abilities. You can choose between being a hero or a villain, which lands you in either Gotham or Metropolis. I love how different each character and or class feels. You can play as a Batman-based character, which you are limited on what you can do, but makes up for it in martial arts. You can make a Superman-type character and be super OP, or you can make your own character with their own unique playstyle that fits you. It's honestly great. The combat is very similar to the Marvel Ultimate Alliance games, in my opinion, but with a lot more polish, which I guess those games really did lack in. There are some setbacks, like some character classes being able to do basically nothing but fight and walk. Of course, I'm talking about the Batman class. Why'd they do him like that? If you're gonna play this game, go for the custom playsets, as they're actually made to be in the open world game, or the open world this game has, which I'll get into in a second. Before we get there, I'd like to give props to whoever did the opening animation and cutscenes, as these things are so good they put the DCEU in shame.
Against Superman. While his powers were drained from constant battle, I struck, luring him from his self-imposed exile. But my obsession had blinded me to the real threat, to Earth's true enemy.
Someone your own size. Cyborg, concentrate fire on Luthor while I call down some artillery. Deathstroke, time for you to join the party.
Lots of murdering to do. Something?
Greetings, sister. Nobody kills the bat but me!
Anna.
Beaten by a mere man.
No. You've lost everything.
No, I beat you.
Lex Luthor!
Brainiac had returned. For years, he'd been stealing the powers of Earth's protectors, but we were too busy fighting amongst ourselves to see the danger. With you three dead, Brainiac quickly eliminated the remaining heroes. The lucky ones died fighting. Finally, I alone survived, a rat in the walls of the Brainiac construct. I have traveled through time to warn you. This is my past, but your future. And it means the end of humanity, so together, we must change it.
What have you done, Luthor?
Given you a fighting chance.
He's lying. It's some kind of trap. Why should we trust you?
Because if you don't, Earth is doomed.
Now I can talk about the open world environments, graphics, etc. This game has 2 fully open world maps for you to teleport between, and those are Metropolis and Gotham. Which one you spawn at will depend on whether or not you chose a hero or villain character to create. Heroes and villains are definitely different and change up playstyles, however I love them both equally. I say go for a hero if you're looking for a more story-based experience, and then go for a villain if you're looking to screw around in the map, which kind of reminds me of Saints Row. I really need a new Saints Row game. Another aspect I like is there are barely any microtransactions in a free game. It's nuts. But now I guess I should talk about the map while we're discussing it. Each map is pretty freaking big and has plenty of fan service. I feel Gotham is the better map, but I'll get into that later as well. I've lost myself exploring different parts of the map like the Bat Signal, Crime Alley, or the Iceberg Lounge in Gotham, or Star Labs, Club de Ville, or LexCorp in Metropolis. Now, you may be wondering what the story is like. The story is really interesting, actually. I at least didn't expect this good of a story in an MMO game that to many seems like a cash grab. The story is basically that Lex Luthor and his Legion of Doom kill the entire Justice League, but soon after they get invaded by Brainiac himself, Lex Luthor goes back in time to team up with the Justice League to stop Brainiac. So, if you choose a hero to fight with the Justice League, or a villain to fight with the Legion of Doom. Pretty great, right? They even got the Justice League Unlimited cast to return. And you know how much I love Kevin Conroy. This would make a killer animated film, however, I guess they went with the MMO. Of course, every game has... Metropolis feels like just a generic city unless you go to the actual important areas from the comics. The character loadouts feel limited as you can only make 2 heroes, which, don't get me wrong, the customization is great, but me and my friend were able to make Deadpool and freaking Batman and Robin, and that's basically it. I get you don't want so many accounts, but come on. Also, it gets repetitive like some of the Scarecrow missions in Gotham, for example. But besides that, this may be the greatest DC gaming experience. Still isn't as good of a game as the Arkham games or whatever Marvel's making right now, since they're basically ahead of everything. But if you are a huge comic book fan like me, and the fact this is a free game, you should definitely check it out. I promise you'll love it. Actually, no, I don't. Whatever. Before we go, I'd like to give a shout out to Dren's Reviews, for he is a close friend of mine who actually helped me make this review. He helped record some of the footage that we didn't use, sadly, but whatever. Be sure to subscribe to me and him, and ring that bell for more essays and reviews like this, and I'll see you guys hopefully very soon.